Hold on, am I actually audible? Like, I don't know if I'm having issues here. Okay, I don't know if this works. Let's have a look. Hold on, am I actually audible? Like, I don't know if I'm having issues here. Okay, I think my audio issues that I was having are now fixed. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. My audio issues that I was having are now fixed. Nice to have you all. Honor and a pleasure. Hope you've been enjoying your weekend so far. How many subs do I need to go live? Oh, you're asking in a general sense, right? I don't actually know, if I'm honest. I seem to recall the first time I went live with the Slay the Spire stream that I did, for the very first time. I don't think it was the amount of subs I had. I think it was, the time the channel had been active or something. I can't remember, I don't know. But hi Cal, nice to have you here as well, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Please excuse me. As I was trying to mention while I was muted, I am now going to be having some issues with my voice, so please bear with me. This may last anywhere between now and the next 3 months. Not even kidding. You didn't need to wait 24 hours. Yeah, that's understandable. But yeah, I didn't think it was I didn't think you had to wait too long. What was I previously saying while I was having audio issues? I said, hi Richard, nice to see you. Hope you had a good Christmas in 2025. Nice to see you. First, feels like I haven't seen you all year. And then I said, hello Tony, nice to have you here as well. Hope you're doing good. My Sunday's been going just fine. Hope same for you. There you go. I pretty much caught us up to date. So, in the last stream I said I'd speed us up to the next harvesting season off stream, so we didn't have to wait. But currently, we got, and past me went to, like, as you could see, like April last, rather than like the August that I was gonna go till. I got a bit, shall we say, impatient, and I went off after the stream, not long after. Or some such. So yeah, that's the trailer set up for... Oh, hold on. That's the trailer set up for once I'm finished with the harvesting stuff. I'm actually just going to prep now for when we do the harvesting. So let's grab the trailer. Yes, we're still skinflints around here. I can't remember what the reasoning was, but there was some reasoning. I think it's because I bought an extra mower and stuff, and more cows. I don't remember. But in either case, we're still relatively skint. So that is a fact that will be continuing to change. Why is my tractor here? What? I could have sworn I packed that thing up in the garage. In the garbage, as it were. And the grass is regrowing. So, yeah, that's pretty neat. I won't have to replant the grass will just regrow itself back. That's really cool. I didn't actually realise that about the grass. So if ever I wanted to change this from grass, I'd have to replow it. Of course, that's unnecessary, because this is going to be for feeding the cows. There's still no milk, because their health is considered 0%. Okay. I don't remember enough about cows to know how to bring up their health, as silly as that sounds. They've got all the stuff they need to... I actually don't remember at all. But yes, I cannot rename the cows, unfortunately. Please note, in spirit, at least one of them is called Cowgarot. Much like if we ever get, whenever we get pigs, one of them will be called Salgarot. Just had a thought on that one. I quite like Salgarot. How's the harvester needs fueling? I think I'll work on that now, because it's going to turn August soon enough. By the time I've filled this bad boy up. Not Suskarot. Oh, do you want one called Suskarot? We can say in spirit one of them is called Suskarot as well. Why not? So why not both? I'm asking. Why not both? But what do you think should be the next section of animals that we have on the farm? I'll stick the pot next to the cows. What do you reckon? Sheep? Or do you want me to do? Or do you want us to do horses? Because with horses, you have to manually train the horses. So we could go around and ride horses for the fun of it, if that's the case. Otherwise, I was thinking sheep would be a good secondary. I mean, at the moment, the cows aren't even giving us milk, so technically there's no point about worrying about a second animal when the first one's not even yielding anything yet. Thing is, I still don't really know what I need to do for the... I need to work it out. They've been fed, they've been watered. Oh, farmland is buying the land. I should really just have looked it up in my own time, that's on me. Packs. Animals. It's fine. He says. Right, I need to remember whereabouts I go. It's down through here, I seem to recall. I want to try doing it without the map. I've been here enough now, I should know. This is the wood place, so I think it's like past here and then down to the left. Or was it to the right? So I can go as far as I need to. Okay, this far. Oops. Me just getting stuck on crap. Okay, thank goodness that the train's on the opposite side. So I could have just been crushed there. I mean, to be fair, it wouldn't destroy the harvester because that's not how farm sim works. It would have just quote-unquote heavily damaged. The spanner bar would be super low right now. To the left. Neat. And eventually I would like to buy because I think I've got a mod on for it, or there's an object in the game by default where you can place down a fuel station anywhere. So eventually there'll be a fuel station outside or near base or something. I don't quite know my thoughts on that, but it's something around that as an idea. So the canola needs to be harvested in August because I caught it on the later half of the planting season, so it will be finished on the later side of the harvesting season. I remember that much. Hello Dawson, welcome buddy. Nice to have you here. You are start. And in that case then I'm definitely Peter Parker right now. That's for sure. That's right, I'm just going to trespass around people's property and just drive all over it. I don't care. Let's be fair. I don't have on any crop destructions or stuff, so it's not like I'm actually damaging anything. So let's get this ready. By the time I get this damn thing there, it will be August. This thing doesn't exactly move at high speeds. I know. It will be upgraded later, but, you know, money. Great demand at Crossover store. That sounds pretty gross, but if you ask me, it could be grosser. You know, while I manually harvest the fields, what I might do is I might get AI worker to mow the grass near the cows. And then later on I can go along and bale it. So we'll leave this around here. Almost finished growing if it hasn't already finished. Yeah, this field will be ready to harvest, but again I'll leave it to August just to make things consistent because other farms won't have finished yet. Where's this little tractor? I'm going to attach the mower to this. Where are you, mower? Where did I leave you? I probably could look at the map at any time. There's also the fun in quote marks of searching for the damn thing. If I were a me, where would I leave it? Either you left it somewhere obvious in base, or I would have left it on the field that I use it on. I think it's probably going to be neither. That sounds like me. You know what? Fine. Let's have a little look. This is all the harvesting stuff. I wish I could zoom in even further. Oh, hold on. There's another way of doing it. If I go into owned items, show on that. What? Where? Why? Where is that? The hell? Where did I leave my mower? Oh, I think I left it near the thing. That is almost logical. Okay, I'll wait till it gets to 6 or 7 o'clock, then we'll go into 1 times speed. a little straw tractor. Oh, past me left it quote unquote stealthily in the trees. Okay, so I did leave it near the thing. That also makes sense. Not the 6-7. You know what? I do it more often than I thought. Now I have fully embraced the 6-7 though. No more will you hear me be frustrated about it. Yeah, okay, so I left the mower over here like an idiot. So, is this the back or is this the... Okay. Darth Millsy. I have indeed turned to the dark side, I'm afraid, on that one. It is a crying shame, but... it absolutely must have been done. And you know what they say, only a Sith deals in absolutes. Also, this radio station's buns. This one's worse. That's the best one, we'll come back to that one. Go forth, worker. Right. Let's get this mow on the road. Like show, but we're mowing. Execute order 667. So true. I like that one, Cal. Good one. Good one. I missed a bit. Damn, with how low I turned the audio on, even I can't hear the horn now. Oh yeah, there's just the whole width that wasn't ever seeded properly. That's right. Forgot about that one. I'm gonna have to do that manually from here on in. Like, I'll have to manually do this side of the field and then get the AI worker to do the rest. I forgot. So anyway, I'm not going to do it all in straight lines. I'm probably just going to do it the spin round in a circle way. Of course, I will start with the edge. I might have to be a little more psychotic than either straight lines or circle, because I remember that I need to be able to turn around, and at the other end it's tight. Don't worry, I'm looking forward to when this isn't the only thing to do, just as much as you are. I mean, this technically isn't the only thing to do. I need to work out how to make my cows healthier, and then that can get going. You know, while I'm here, while we're in basically autopilot mode. I'm gonna look. We had a good recording session the last couple of days. Lovely cow. Well done, mate. I've worked it out. Right. Amazing. An immediate Reddit post has just mentioned that apparently there's a feature where feeding the dairy cows grass is ill-advised. That's a good point. You remind me, cow, while we're here. Well, so if you've been uploading Tales of Vesperia, do you want me to should I download Tales of Berseria and do a Tales of Berseria playthrough? Kind of mirror ya. Well, I'll do it on stream, I mean. Not as a... I know I said I'd be going back to Vampire, but maybe I could do Tales of Berseria. Alright. Alright. Yeah, maybe I'll do... I mean, it looks like I'm just going to keep stalling and never go back to Vampire. Either way, it doesn't bother me. But yeah, maybe I might download Tales of Berseria and do that as streams. Be fun. I remember I did a little bit of it in the past, but I would just reset the save data and go from the beginning. It's been a long time since I played it. Years, some may say. But honestly, I know that the Tales of series is pretty good, but of games with a similar kind of thingy, I really enjoyed Ni no Kuni. I didn't have the original Witch one, but I did have the second one. And Ni no Kuni 2 is great. Yeah, the planting on this field is a little psychotic. Got recording freaks out if you minimise the game in full screen. Maybe it's due to how you've been recording it, cows. Some games do go funny if you minimise them in full screen. But it may be that you need to use... you've probably got the sources as the game part, or like the window part. You'd want to use the counterpart. So if I'm doing things in full screen, the game input version works rather than the window for it. That might be what's what your thingy is. I mean, I'm sure you're doing fine with how you're doing it, mate. But that may be it. Use game capture, yeah. If you were to try, that's it. If you use game capture because if you were to try using, I mean, I always play around until I get the result I want, basically. If you try using windowed mode, and then instead of automatic, you make it find the source via Windows 10 or whatever, then it should find it, and then you just stick it on find game either under name or by exact file, and it should just be fine. But again, how you're doing things, I'm sure, is working perfectly fine. You didn't have it on automatic. Yeah. It automatically sets up by automatic. I always try and change it to get better, to make sure it's a more consistent result regardless of whether or not, because there's a lot of times where where I'll be playing the game on full screen and I'll tab out of it and stuff. Or in the case of window mode, sometimes I minimise. Like when I'm doing the EU4 stuff, when you see me say I just looked at the timer, it's because I've literally tapped out and looked at the timer. And it keeps the recording going even though I'm tapped out, basically. I can't think of a better way to describe it than that right now, sorry. Also, I need to take back a sentence or two I said a couple yesterday. I said that the next Studio Ghibli review would be Porco Rosso. It's actually wrong. The next one's going to be The Cat Returns, which is great. I was watching it again last night. As I say, I'm going to be watching them all. Gigi was also interested in playing Tales of Vesperia. Oh, okay. Well, is that something that you had mentioned to Gigi? Or is it something that she just casually mentioned? At first I wasn't sure about Gigi Murin, but I like Gigi. She's a little chaos gremlin, and one of my people. You did not say anything to Gigi, she just kind of mentioned it. Well, yeah. You know what? You might be inspiring me, Cow, to join in with the Tales of and get my butt onto Berseria to finally do it as a full thing. This must be the season. There was other Tales of last year, wasn't there? That looked pretty good. Like Tales of Alchemia or something? Or am I thinking of a game that just looks similar but isn't the same of the Tales of series? I may be misrecalling, honestly. That would sound about right. But yes, I'm going to be, after stream today, I'm going to be scripting the Cat Returns script. So there'll be the Cat Returns, or if I don't do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. But considering I just had a nap, I'll probably be up till goodness knows when. So I'll have time to script it. Who knows, I might even end up recording it and putting it out tonight, but I doubt that. I reckon tomorrow I'll be putting out the Cat Returns. I like the Cat Returns, as I'll mention in the review anyway, but Cat Returns is such a nice little one. Honestly, there's only a couple Studio Ghiblis I'm not a big fan of. The most obvious one being Tales from Earthsea. That one was kind of buns. It's like Goro knows what his dad is doing, but he doesn't know why he's doing it or how. So there's something about... Oh! We're full. But yeah, something about Tales from Earthsea just doesn't quite hit. I have also been reading an interesting manga lately. It's called like Leader of the Strongest Isekai Guild or something. You have episodes 4, 5 and 6 you'll play through recording, you just need to edit through them. Lovely cow. Well, you talk about it today has reminded me that I wanted to check out your stuff anyway, so you're now up to 7 subs. So thank you for reminding me, so I can actually have a little look at what look at myself at some point. And also, hopefully, then YouTube might actually show me whenever you're live too. If I do happen to catch you, no promises, but I'll do what I can to try and show up, as I've been wanting to anyway. You're at 7, something like that, mate. You're doing great. Yeah, you're at 7. Oh, you commented on the pre. Did I not delete the It actually showed the 20-second. Yeah, I need to get rid of that shit. What you saw there was a result of the You're not gonna say it. I will say it for you, shall I? You were at 6 subs. You're now at 7 subs. You know what follows next. It involves a hand gesture where you put your hands up and down to the side. I will say though, I have started to do the peak stream. Yeah, I deleted it. It wasn't. It was a basically calc. Sometimes when I'm streaming via console, it doesn't quite pick the stream up, and then like afterwards, it somehow miraculously does. Like it doesn't show it, and then it does show it. That's so I have to put it back through the system. But there's a lot of times where there's 20-second streams because I do give it a bit of time before I go, it's not showing. What you witnessed was the before I was meant to delete it business. Put simply. No, the peak stream is gone. Yes, the 20-second stream of me saying almost fuck all. Except trying to say hello to people and then realising the stream's down. Or supposedly down. You could say it's an example of my impatience, but I have had it before where it's just not picked up, so I am cautious. How's AI Worker getting on with the grass? Did they stop? You know there's more for you to do, right, AI Worker? Your job's not done, you've done a row. AI Worker G has completed their task. My ass. This is why I don't trust the AI workers. Oh, I suppose it doesn't matter if they're mowing the grass because I need to have total mixed rations anyway. So for total mixed rations, what do I need again? I'll still mow the grass because I can at the very least use grass bales for stuff. Right, total mixed ration. You got some production of feeding. He did indeed cut grass. You know, you fair enough. Get the ingredients: straw, hay, silage, and mineral feed. You can harvest grass and turn it into hay yourself. If your farm has fields of grass and the required machines, it's easy to buy all the ingredients at the dealership. Can you? You can buy bales of straw, hay, and silage under objects bales. It is in the pallet section. Is it now? I might have to go to the animal dealership because it doesn't seem to show up here. Okay, so at some point I need to go to the animal dealership. So after the animal dealership, then you only need to deliver the ingredients to the barn. The robot will automatically mix the feed. Do you have a mixer wagon instead of a robot? What do you have a freaking robot? Can you even get feeder robots? How does one get one of those? I'm now curious. Fattening cow shed. Cow barn with feeding robot. Oh, that's what I need. Okay, so let's not spend 700,000 on that. Prepare the feed in a forage mixer. Okay. So I'm going to need to get a mixer. The total mix rations. Oh man. Oh well. Spend money to make money, right? So how do we buy, or how much is this? No, it'll be under animals. This is forestry, stupid. A forager mixer. That's what I need. Tanks to transport liquids. She chose straw bales and uses them to cover the ground of an animal husbandry with straw. Ooh. So yeah, we'll need 30,000, which is almost exactly the entire treasury right now to get this covered. It's alright, because in the future I'll be doing different crops and stuff to get the straw, and then I suppose I already have a couple bales of straw, but the grass I'll need to have a tedder or whatever to turn it into hay. Oh man, so I'm gonna have to buy the bales early here, I think. I think the plan will be to inevitably chop all 3 fields, then go deal with the animal dealership after that. I might have to sell the tomatoes on the open flatbed pallet, on the open flatbed trailer, because I think that's where I'll need to put my bales. Or I should be able to walk to the dealership with the stuff. You're back, welcome back, Cal. I've just been looking at the logistics of the total mixed ration stuff. The machine that will be able to turn all the stuff into it to be able to feed the cows properly, because grass just doesn't work full stop apparently. I have pretty much the exact money for it right now. They're like 29,500. So it's going to take all the funds, but the cows will receive the proper stuff, damn it. And lesson learned, I know never to feed cows grass again, because the game just doesn't allow it. Supposed to sell tomatoes on the black market, are you? Ah. I'll have to use some underhanded deeds. I mean, to be fair, the building that I've been selling the tomatoes to, which is the one in view right now, it does look a little drug housey, doesn't it? Or like nefarious at the very least. The brightest house on the street is most likely the one most users are cover up. Let's be honest. If it looks dark, dingy, and dilapidated, it's not the black market. That'd be too obvious. By design. Oops, let's straighten this bad boy back up. By the way, today will probably be a shorter stream, I apologise. I like to do the farm sim streams where I'm more able to yap. So me sat here in silence makes it pretty mundane, doesn't it? So, with my voice not being amazing, and I'm refraining from talking too much at the moment, I don't think it'll be too long one. Just as a pre-warning, I apologise. I do remember last year, I think it was last year, doing that Monster Hunter stream for a few hours where I literally just said nothing but talked in chat. I think it was just me and you, weren't it, Cal? I was just talking in chat with you for like the entire stream, wherever I could get some words in. Hopefully my voice doesn't get that bad this year. If it's this, it might be more tolerable overall. I'll tell you what though, I did enjoy playing Dead by Daylight yesterday. Both with and without Dawson. I think Dead by Daylight might be... I think Dead by Daylight point may be up a little bit. There might be a few extra streams here and there. I did try and explain to Dawson though. He said he wanted loads more Dead by Daylight, and I said to him, look, the multiplayer stuff only works when there's more people. I said to him, yeah, I agree, I'd love to do more multiplayer streams, but it's difficult when there's not too many people around for now. I said to him, when eventually more people are here that are able to play games together, the specific ones will, and we'll be doing loads more multiplayer. So I said to him, something like that. I think he's just super excited about Dead by Daylight, which to be fair, I don't blame him. I know it's a game he's really enjoying at the moment. Everybody gets like that, right? I know there's games where I go, oh, this is so good, I'm just going to play. So I think Dawson's just in its infancy for jumping on the game specifically. I think he'll probably go into burnout. He'll play so much Dead by Daylight at once, I feel. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I was quite surprised by myself getting a 4K game as the Huntress. I do like the Huntress. I might do a few more killer games. Hi Portable, nice to have you here buddy. Honour and a pleasure as always. Yo, indeed. You join us at the high octane gameplay of harvesting. I have though figured out how to deal with the cows. Turns out that feeding the cows grass, believe it or not, was actually wrong. The cows specifically want total mixed rations. Apparently they don't eat grass. Apparently it's a game feature. So I'll need to buy the slurry mixer, and then I'll probably just buy the bales that we need at the animal dealership to specifically make total mixed rations. Exam is tomorrow and holidays coming up. Well, best of luck for the exam tomorrow, Portable. I'm sure you've got this. You think cows eat snakes? For sure? I think the game has it all wrong. Technically it's not a holiday, it's that they don't take attendance. Well, isn't it Martin Luther King? Isn't MLK Day on tomorrow? Fairly certain on our calendar here it says that we got at home. It says MLK Junior Day is tomorrow. It's a holiday, it's just they don't take attendance. Okay, yeah. When they say they don't take attendance, they know that. I sound like I have an aphthous. I don't know what that is, but yes, for sure. Aphthous, I already know her. Yeah, today's gonna be a short stream, Paul, just because of my voice for today. As I was saying to Cal earlier, if this is... Today might be a short stream because this game's more when I like to yap and chill with you guys properly. If I'm not able to talk much, it's going to be a little more difficult. This game is definitely a bit less engaging itself, so it really relies on me being able to yap with you. But we'll see. Yeah, it is pretty often when I say, oh, I'm not going to be on for very long and then I'm on for the next 3 hours. But just pre-warning, don't be surprised if I turn around and just say, right, it's over kind of thing. But I will do my best to amp up my presence, especially while I have you both yapping with me, for instance. yes, you can totally tell the voice thing is going to be happening. Unfortunately, it could last anywhere from I could wake up tomorrow and be fine to I'll have it for the next few months. Last year, this lasted about 2.5 months. Even though my nose is congested. My nose isn't that congested, it's literally just a result of cough, 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 cough. I mean, I had previously also had a cold last week, I think, just a regular common cold, but yeah, it really is just cough, cough, like coughing permanently. Which I was joking around with my cousins yesterday, and we were talking about coughing, and I said, "Watch out, your coughing might evolve into wheezing." And my middle cousin, because there's three of them, the youngest, middle, and the oldest, of course. So my middle cousin, she'd never enjoyed Pokemon. She said, "I don't like Pokemon. I don't ever play it." And I was like, "Excuse me, that's just wrong. That gets a big fat no." So I'm gonna try and forcefully persuade her to play Pokemon. Just like gentle, forceful persuasion. She said that she's got a Switch for Christmas. I said to her, "Oh, are you going to get Pokemon?" Next time I see her, I'll try and persuade her to play the remake of Diamond and Pearl, which they should have named round the other way. Should have been Shining Diamond and Brilliant Pearl instead of what they did. It's really Nintendo. Don't they know they're meant to follow the JoJo's memes? The entire world is a JoJo's reference, quite literally. Oh yeah, how about we go? Yeah, we had summer plays. We had the best of the French. I mean, from the station. Yeah, honestly, I think probably the best French music, I think that probably the best French artist was Daft Punk, if you ask me. Yeah, I do quite like, there's a French band called Shames? S-I-A-M-E-S, and they've got some wicked songs. But Daft Punk was just amazing. So they're probably the top French band for me. Smythe. Haven't heard of them. Also, Dome, there's a tuft over there. Snails. Putting it in capitals doesn't make me any more able to recognise Snires, I'm afraid, Portal. I still don't know who they are. If you're enjoying, that's good. Let's have a look. Smize. Halo 3 MCC. Don't know who. Looks like it's just a live stream sneers. Comes up with a whole bunch of stuff that looks. Oops. There's a video on how to say it. I'm gonna skip that. Hi Peter, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've been enjoying your weekend so far. I think I might have seen your ESDS game a little bit in my spare time yesterday. Peter, is it the one that's like a 10-minute to the explosion game? Is it that one? Well, I went into it and it was like, you have 10 minutes to do the thingy, and then I just went to like this blank map and I was like, yeah, I'll save the mysteries for when we're on stream. It is that one? Excellent. I have a really good intuition for pronouncing things. I would say I have a relatively good intuition on that sort of thing, Portable. It helps that not only is my English okay, but I've dipped into other languages a little bit. And I've had basic concepts of pronunciations. When can we show it? Again, Peter, there'll probably be a Roblox stream either tomorrow or Wednesday. And the only thing that really will determine which one of the 2 days it is if I don't take a freaking nap on Monday, I'll start Roblox stream about 4 or 5 my time. It won't be Tuesday because that's my day I normally do with my family, and it's not. And I'd rather not do it on the Tuesday because I don't get back home till about 7ish, and by then I've already had a couple hours with my nephews, and bless them. They're neuro. As much as I love my nephews, neurodivergent kids are not always they're not exactly not energy intensive, you know. They sure can take it out of you. So normally when I come home on Tuesday, it's normally just roguelites for like an hour or two. But yeah, in either case, it'll either be Monday or Wednesday, just so you can get an idea. Like I said, I will be looking forward. Don't even know how to pronounce them. Yeah, but pronunciations aren't always the biggest deal in the world, are they? I've said this before. Language is a form of communication to tell things between others. It's why I don't care if there's spelling mistakes anymore. If I understand the principles of what someone's trying to say or ask, whether they've said it slightly wrong or something like that, then I, for the most part, don't care. But me and my buddy did have a laugh when we were playing Dead Island 2, and Sam B says, Yorkshire pudding. We both had a giggle. Yorkshire. Despite the fact it may look like it says Shire, it's actually Shire, it's Yorkshire. But or with someone named Yuri. Yeah, but Yuri is just girls' love. Let's be honest. But if you're saying the ones that someone's named Yuri, are you thinking Yuri on Ice? Because although it's called Yuri on Ice, that's actually a yaoi show, not a Yuri show. I did remember actually quite enjoying Yuri on Ice though. I think I'd watched about 7 or 8 episodes and sort of fell off it, but what I did is watch that I kind of enjoyed. Up until there was one episode where I was like, yeah, that's about where I dip out. Yuri on Ice got super popular in one of the Winter Olympic Games. I think it was the Winter Olympic Games of 2018 or something, because there was a Japanese skater that did a routine to the Yuri on Ice theme. So it got a lot of attention from that. Although it wasn't because of the fact that it was a yaoi as to why I was put off by Yuri on Ice. It's actually just that I'm not a big fan of the sports manga and anime. Like how Black has been obsessed with Blue Lock lately. Yeah. Wait a minute, where am I? Over here, okay. Kind of got lost for a second. Sports animes are okay. Yeah, I mean, I can understand the appeal of them, but personally they don't really speak to me. The only one that even resonates as a sports anime that I kind of enjoyed was Uma Musume, because that's racing. 99% of the time they go nowhere in terms of story. Yeah, sports anime often falls into the slice of life category as well. Well, I mean, to be fair, the sports anime, the development doesn't need to worry on its story. Its story is facing the next team and getting strong in competitions and stuff. That tends to be the focus of the sports animes, of course. So they don't need to rely on petty stuff like character development and interpersonal dichotomy and stuff like that. Save that for, you know, the boring, stupid, normal animes. Put simply. Sports anime does one thing very well. It focuses on the sports. It has one job. It does the one job, and that's all it needs to do. But I agree with you, they do go nowhere, which is why I say they do more often than not also fall into that slice of life category. And on the other hand, sports are sometimes used in slice of lives to fulfill a purpose. So normally it's like they'll do like a basketball competition or something to win a specific prize, normally being the MC. Hey Black, nice to have you here, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Nice to have you here as always. Guess what? Chicken butt? Or 6-7? Your friend's got 30k this Christmas. 30k? Hold on. You mean they got 30,000 Robux? 30,000! That's hundreds of, that's like about £300, that's like 300 quid of Robux. Holy heck. That is actually crazy, Black. And as I was just describing to Peter, Roblox will be on Monday or Wednesday, by the way, Black. And your friend gifted you a Game Pass. I mean, that's very generous of him. It was his Christmas, gift. He didn't have to share it with you, but that is generous of them. That is a lot. That's a crazy amount. They're very they're a very wealthy family. Well, you know what? I was registered with 188,000 Robux. Wow. Okay, that's like a lot of money. You gotta kick Kelvin. No, but Black, you have no reason to apologise, buddy, ever. You've got shit to do. I'm here for your convenience, not that you're here for mine. 30k in dollars is about $300, isn't it? There's too much money on games. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot, but if they enjoy it and they play it a lot, it's worth it. Could have bought a console with that. I mean, sure. Could have done. But also, on the other hand, if they spend 30,000 Robux on, say, let's assume they drop 6,000 Robux between 5 different games. Let's say. I mean, each of the Roblox games they play will be the equivalent of one full proper video game. And if they're on each of them games for hundreds of hours and they have fun playing with them, then they got their money's worth. 100%. It's one way to look at it. I mean, let's be honest, the video games industry at the moment is kind of cooked because all full release title games are like 60, 70 quid. Nigh on $100 each for you guys over in the States. And it's just like, that's the... Subjectively better to get other games since they're of higher quality. Absolutely, Portable. I don't disagree. But what I'm saying is that if they, how do I want to put this? There's what something costs and what something's worth, and they're not necessarily the same thing. Because yes, a console would be worth more than the 5-6 Roblox games I just gave as an example. But if the person would play with those 5 Roblox games for 20, 30 times the amount of time they'd spend playing with a base, you know, Xbox One or whatever, and 2 or 3 games, then it's worth more than the console. You know, it costs just as much. I don't disagree with you that fundamentally it's worth a lot less. Arguably spending Robux on Roblox games is worth a fraction of the actual cost of the Robux. 100%. I'm totally in with you on this. But as I say, there's what something costs and what something's worth. At the end of the day, with Roblox, it's not like So, for instance, one of the best examples I can give is that let's take Counter-Strike. Let's take CS:GO for an example. People have sold there's like there's certain knives on Counter-Strike 2 that are worth hundreds of, like tens if not hundreds of thousands of real life dollars for a knife skin on Counter-Strike 2, right? Or whatever. Roblox stuff is never going to be, or hardly ever going to be, worth that much. I agree with you, Portable. I'm not saying it to purposely be contrarian. There are some people who could buy something in a game and make back the Robux they spent on it and more at some stage. But Roblox isn't ever in that state, is it, really? What is worth... I'll put it like this. Unlike the Counter-Strike 2 Top is just a crypto scheme, 100%. But people have literally made, like, livings off pulling the skins, and a very tidy living at that. But, well, Roblox is never going to get to that stage when it comes to random items. What is worth a lot is the pure Robux themselves. So if you think about the people that have made the games, like look at the, I think it was Black was telling me about the guy that runs, there's a game on Roblox, believe it or not, Portable. It's a game on Roblox, yeah, of course there is. There's a game called Please Donate, right? It's pretty infamous in the Roblox sphere. The guy who made that supposedly has billions of Robux, but they could trade in and be a real life millionaire like that. Ooh. Has the AI worker stopped again on the grass? I think they have. So the point where I'm going with this is that when it comes to items in Roblox, they're not worth anything. The pure Robux are worth something, but the items aren't. So I agree with you, you're getting a far less value from buying things with Robux than if you had the console. But there is an interesting set of backwards and forwards, isn't there? I mean, what's to stop? There's another popular Roblox game called Adopt Me. I'm sure if somebody had like top tier items, they could do. Do you remember like how do I put this? You know how we'd like back in our day when there was like RuneScape, and there used to be RuneScape sites where people would trade real life money for GP. Well, maybe there'll probably be a few games where people trade real life money for some of the Roblox items. I imagine people will have that. If they don't already have that kind of savvy, I assume that's something that people will be doing or have already done. So it can come back around on itself as the potential. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about this. But you have raised a very interesting point, for sure. For both sides of the spectrum. Apologies. Stuffing my face with these Haribo sweets that are called Trophy Slices. They're quite nice. They're like the giant straws, but they're, you know, the usual quote-unquote tropical flavour. Pretty good. I'm not a massive fan personally of basic Haribo. Like the, what are they called again? Haribo Super Mix, right? Haribo Super Mix is actually kind of mid. But the giant straws and these things are actually really good. I assume you guys have Haribo in the States. One thing that we do have that came over to here from the States, that's now sort of sold in a lot of places, is Mike and Ike's. I quite like Mike and Ike's. They're pretty good. However, Hershey's is shit, by the way. Just telling you. Over here in the UK, we follow the same as the regular EU regulations for chocolate, right? For chocolate to be considered chocolate, it has to contain at least 20% cocoa. Do you actually know what percentage of Hershey's is cocoa? It's somewhere between 8 and 10%. It's literally half of the cocoa to even meet the requirements of the bare minimum to be considered chocolate over here, which is just absolutely crazy when you think about it. Excuse me, sorry. But yeah, that's how low tier Hershey's actually is. And I have tried Hershey's before. It's bleh. I was just like, nah, no thanks. Like, it's literally incomparable due to that level of criteria that Hershey's probably can reach. Put simply. I know it's gonna be half full, but that's just while we're here. Whee! About there. Spot on. Me saying spot on just made me think of the sketch. Do you do poison? What about battering spades? What? Battering spades? Used for battering a person? Because at the end he says spot on, and in my head I just thought about it with the same cadence. I know it's entirely the fact that I build it on, but that's what it made me think of. Honestly. I should have started with the other fields. So I want the AI to also have to work on the other fields. I want to plough this field myself. Just because of what happened before. Oh well. It's fine. It is what it is. Okay, I think I'm going to call today an early stream. I'm sorry, gang. I need to go get myself a cup of tea and maybe give my throat a little bit of a rest for now. So as always, shout outs and thanks to Calg, Audible, Tony, Richard, and Peter, and Black. I'll be around hopefully tomorrow for Roblox or whatever. But yeah. Thanks for coming by, guys. Peace and love, and hopefully I'll catch you soon.